Good morning, good people. I am wanting to try out this new headset I got yesterday. Well, new to me. I got it for 50 cents from a Goodwill bin. And it so far works wonderful. The sound is absolutely fantastic. And I looked it up, and used they go from anywhere from like 170 all the way up to $300. And I was just surprised that people in the Goodwill bins just it was laying right there on top and they kept walking past it. I guess it's because there's usually like piles of all sorts of headphones and headsets, and most people don't pay them any mind. But so far, I am super pleased with it. Definitely, if that's not the best 50 cents I ever spent, it's right up there. I wanted to reply to the most recent, or not the most recent, but one of the most recent videos that Iowa Retro Gamer Dad posted about unsubscribing from big name YouTubers and why he's done it. And he was just kind of delving into the reasons that other people have done it as well. And I was reading through the comments, and I saw one fella, and I'm going to paraphrase badly here, but the gist of what he said was that, once a YouTuber becomes reaches a certain degree of fame, it seems like they sell out and they send their followers kind of to do the dirty work for them as far as like silencing critics and things of that nature. And I really don't think that that sort of thing is unique to YouTube. I think whether it's YouTubers or actors or musicians, authors, it seems invariably there's a tipping point where once they've reached a certain level of fame and wealth, that they almost invariably will sell out. Not all do, but then you find that the original soul of their work, what it had in the beginning, is just completely lost. And you can tell because once you there's a saying in football. It says, it's like getting to the top is nowhere near as hard as staying at the top, and once you've gotten there, that's when the real work begins. And I think, YouTubers are human beings like anybody else, and they find that, this goal that they worked so hard to achieving, they finally achieve it, and now they have to maintain it. It becomes less of a want to and more of a have to, and there's no way that that doesn't affect the quality of your work, and it doesn't come across as being disingenuous at times. Now, there's a certain degree of hate out there for the big YouTubers like the Metal Jesus Rocks and the Phoenix Resells and all this. And I'm not dogging on these guys. I don't know them. I don't watch a whole lot of their videos, but I find personally I gravitate more toward the smaller YouTubers, and not just because I am one, but I find them to be more genuine, and they are able to more freely speak their minds because they don't have those restrictions on them of fame and wealth and having to put an image out there and just kind of keep up appearances. But I will say that money and fame, I believe, once you have them, they only allow you to be more of who you already are. And to that end, I think if you're already arrogant and you're a bit of a prick and you're just unkind and you're just a nasty person, if you become rich and famous, you're just going to be able to do what you've always done, but on a bigger stage and on a larger scale. Whereas folks that are, they're kind, they're humble, they really care about others and care about their fans. Again, it just allows them to be more of who they already are. Now, I'm not going to say that, excuse me, that the stress of the job, and that's really what it becomes once you hit a certain, not that I'm speaking from experience, but just from observation, once you hit a certain degree of fame on YouTube, it does become a job. It's not really so much. I'm not going to say, I can't speak for all of them, that it's not still a labor of love, but the tone changes, the quality of the product changes. It just, I don't know, it invariably seems to lose its heart. But, and I'm not going to name his name, I mentioned him in one of my prior videos. I have a dear friend from high school. We grew up together. We got in a lot of trouble together, and have a lot of had a lot of fun times back in the day. And he is very YouTube famous now. but he was just a sweet, goofy, fun-loving guy back then. He was a big goober. And now that he's YouTube famous and he has some money, he's still the same guy. Which again brings me back to my point is that I think money and fame, regardless of what avenue you pursue as someone who entertains, it just makes you more of who you already are. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. As always, pick your battles. Not every hill's worth dying on. Take it easy, y'all.